Okay, so the case studies. I am going to be doing two case studies, which will one will be a sprain, one will be a strain. And I'm going to sort of explain the journey that the athlete may have when during recovery. So the first one is Scott Dan. He ruptured his ACL, which is a sprain. He's a Premier League centre back for Crystal Palace. Was a key figure for them before the injury. He was out for 2 years, and they have on the screen. I've got the basics, basic information. So the stages of grief I think you would go through: anger, depression, bargaining, anger, and acceptance. Methods of dealing: stay in contact with his teammates, do recovery around his teammates, and then record his recovery progress and look back on that from stage to stage. But in more detail, during the inflammation stage of his injury, so the first 6 days, 10 days, I'd say, for about his injury, a lot of anger. I think not a lot of denial. There won't be any denial. I think if you ruptured your ACL, you're going to know about it. There's definitely no chance in you trying to play on, trying to convince anyone that you haven't done anything. You're going to know about it, and I feel like being a key figure in the Crystal Palace team, he's going to be angry about it. He's going to be looking back. He's going to be angry about what he did, what he could have done to prevent it, and just angry with his performance maybe in that game. Also, depression. Might sink quickly into depression, which will link with fear. Depression, you realise you're going to be out, ruptured my ACL, going to be out for 2 years, and then fear: will I have a spot when I get back? So Premier League side, things move quickly in Premier League sides. You never know if they're just going to replace you, or if they're going to wait for you to get back, and you'll still be a key figure in that side. In terms of repair, so from first few months to latter months, I think the first few months going to be a lot of isolation, possibly depression is again linking with isolation. You spent 2 months away from your teammates trying to recover from your injury. You're not seeing your teammates, you're not seeing your manager as much as you would, you're not seeing your coach as much as you would if you were in the first team. It's going to lead to feeling isolated. You're going to get depressed due to isolation, because you're forcefully being taken away from your natural environment. And then the latter stages, I think, near the 6-month mark, I'd say a bit of bargaining, trying to sort of denial as well, sort of trying to make it out to be a little less than it is, trying to get your coach to get you into reserve team trainings for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, just trying to get back into the environment, trying to bargain back into the environment that you were before he got the injury, which would again lead to anger. Anger when you coach, because as a Premier League side, your coach isn't gonna fall for bargaining. He's gonna know what's up. He's gonna be speaking to your physios. He's not gonna let you back into these trainings. He's not gonna let you do any sort of exercise that haven't been instructed by your physio. So he's gonna get angry about that, I think. And then, like, upon reflection, maybe I could have done this. If this never happened, then I'd still be at this level. And fear is throughout. I think he's going to be constantly thinking about his position in the team. Will he still have that position? But I think in terms of remodelling, so the years, so maybe 16 months, 18 months, 16 months, 18 months, less isolation, less depression, because he's going to be repaired. He's going to be getting back to training. He's going to be getting back to reserve team football. He's going to be in and around his teammates again. He's going to be talking to his manager a lot more. He may be less fearful. He might be told that, your position is still secure within the team, and it might give him a bit more confidence, and might lead to acceptance of it there. Accepting the injury, getting motivated to come back. Just less depression, less fear, because he knows he's going to get back, and maybe he's working on specific things, and he's realising that his technique hasn't gone down that much. Maybe he's still at quite a high level, more than he expected. I think the methods of dealing with this could change his stages of grief. So if he stays in contact with his teammates, trying to get his physio to allow him to do his recovery with his teammates, he's going to feel less isolated, less depressed, going to be more motivated to get back. And there's certainly recording recovery and progress and look back on it. So every month you look back on the little goals that you set yourself, I think would be a really good way to keep motivation throughout the 2 years of his out, because it is a very long time to be out. In terms of the second case study, I've done Santi Cazorla, who got an Achilles injury, just a strain. He was out for 16 months. And Santi Cazorla is getting to the end of his career. He's very injury prone. For the past few years, he hasn't played a lot due to injury. So I think the first stage will be denial. In the inflammation stage, he's going to deny it. Maybe when it happens, he's going to deny it because he's not going to want to go back out. I think he did it on the first few games after being back from another injury that set him back for quite a long time. So he's going to be denying. He's going to be bargaining. He's going to try and convince these coaches that no, it's nothing. It's just a little niggle. I'll be fine. I can carry on. But I think during the inflammation stage, the moment it happens, a lot of denial, and then the first few days, a lot of bargaining. Even though he's going to be in a lot of pain, I think he's going to want to carry on because he's going to be fearful. This is what I'm also going to talk about. He's quite an old player. He's injury prone. He's going to be fearful. Is this going to be the end of my career? Is this? Am I ever going to be the player that I have been? Is my manager going to have the faith in me that he had when I was younger? Is this it for my career? Which I think could lead to anger in the repair stage. So a few weeks after, a few months after, he's going to be angry with himself, angry that he isn't what he used to be, angry that his muscles, his bones, they're not as strong, they're getting weaker, and he is injury prone. I think he'll be quite angry about that, which will lead to depression. Depression that he's not playing, he hasn't been playing for years as much as I think he would like to. And also isolation. He's been injured so much, so frequently recently. He's not going to be seeing his first team teammates an awful lot at all. Isolation, depression, and back into bargaining. I said the later stages of repair, maybe early stages of remodelling, he's going to straight away want to get back into the team. He's going to be bargaining, saying, look, I feel fine. I don't feel any pain. I want to get back in this squad. I want to get back training. I want to, almost begging his coaches to get him back into the team as soon as possible, because he knows that he's not got a lot of time left, and if these injuries keep coming back, his career is basically over. But I think the final stage would be acceptance, maybe a few months into remodelling, so 8-10 months in, I think he may accept it, especially if he follows the methods of dealing I've included there. So if he does stay close to his manager, stay close to his teammates, he may start to accept his injury. If his manager has given him reassurance in his position in the team, in his value to the team, he may accept it, may get more confidence, may get more motivation with his injury. The final message of dealing up it there is to stay strict with his plan and get any further help if possible, because a player of his age, in the context of the injury, staying strict with the plan he's given by a top physio is probably the best way he can go about dealing with the injury. If he sticks to the plan, he's going to feel less anxious. He's going to maybe see the progress more. If he sticks with the plan, he's doing the right things, and that may get him back into the team quicker. You never know, and further help. further help is always a good thing. I think if he can get further help, he will be less anxious, more motivated, less frustrated with himself, less fearful if he knows that he can get back in a certain period of time. He'll be less fearful about his position in the team.